set eardrums for fun, because we are going to be stunning you this week on the Why Is This a Cartoon Cast as we take a look at Star Trek, the animated series. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Why Is This a Cartoon Cast. It's the only show on the internet where we take a look at animated adaptations and ask the essential questions. Hey, why is this a cartoon? I'm your host, Joey. Joining me as always is Tim.
Yo.
What's up, Tim?
Hey. I'm trash.
Listen, just because you're a Trekkie doesn't mean you're trash.
Don't ever make me choose between Star Trek and Star Wars.
We're not here to have that debate. That's for the Patreon exclusive episode.
Yeah, because we totally have a Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon, but we definitely have an email address, and that's witacartooncast@gmail.com. You could also find us on Facebook at WITA Cartoon. You're listening to this podcast on either Stitcher, Spotify, or Google Play. And now that that's all out of the way, Tim, before we get it, what?
Quick question.
What?
Have you checked the email yet?
Have I checked the email? Do I look like somebody who hasn't checked the email?
You should probably give me the password to it because I'll actually check it.
I'm not giving you the password.
Write in. We'll see how long it takes for him to get to your fucking email. Oh, there's another F-bomb for the season.
Great.
Now we're never going to get those sponsors.
Speaking of sponsors, before we dive into it, I just got to give this quick word from our first sponsor. Dogs wearing hats, everybody. That's right. Dogs wearing hats. Are you in need for a quick picker-upper that isn't a paper towel? Has the stress of the work week gotten you down? Then check out Dogs Wearing Hats, everybody. And this week only, if you put in our exclusive code, CARTOON, you're going to get 10% off your order, everybody. That's right. Dogs Wearing Hats. Dogs Wearing Hats. It's a dog wearing a hat above the rest. Anyway, let's jump into it. Tim, I know you're a huge Star Trek nerd.
I am.
I never could get into it. I've appreciated Star Trek from a distance. I think it's cool, but I could just never.
No, that's fine, and you know I can respect that. People who sit there and look at people who like Star Trek are like, "Oh, you're a bunch of nerds." Just let people enjoy things.
It's something I wanted. Well, I definitely can't let anybody enjoy this cartoon because it's trash.
It is. Oh no!
But I definitely would love to do a deep dive into live action Star Trek someday.
You know what's funny? If you watch the original series, and I'm just gonna put this out there right now, it's a lot like watching the animated series.
Well, the animated series is a direct sequel to.
It's a continuation, yes, of the. Although its canonicity is argued in many circles in the Star Trek community. My opinion on canonicity at this point, being a Star Wars fan as well, is whatever. Canon is what you think canon is.
Whatever George Lucas says goes.
Yeah.
If it didn't happen in the movies, it doesn't exist.
Meanwhile, with Star Trek,
expanded universe is fan fiction bullshit. Throw your stupid books out the window.
You know, why don't we save that for an episode where we actually cover a Star Wars cartoon?
All right. For now, we're talking about Star Trek, the animated series.
Which canon was determined by Gene Roddenberry, who didn't like to give people raises. He just liked to give them jobs. He made somebody an archivist when he was really just a go-getter, who then said this cartoon was not canon. Moving on.
So this week, we're talking about Star Trek, the animated series, also known as The Animated Adventures of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek.
Yes. It aired September 8th, 1973. The first episode ran until October 12th, 1974. 22 episodes in total. 22
episodes over 2 seasons. You weren't alive, which is surprising given your advanced age.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, no, we've covered cartoons I wasn't around for either. The Godzilla 1978 I wasn't around for.
Fair enough. So, but do you have any connection with this before we had to watch it for this episode?
No, I've always kind of avoided the animated series because I didn't know what the quality would be.
Oh, the quality is hot trash.
No, I would call the quality...
I'm going to make a blanket statement right now. 70s cartoons are absolute garbage.
I'm going to actually agree with
We did not get there until the 80s.
And even then, the 80s ones were pretty hot garbage.
And I'm obviously not talking about the Hanna-Barbera stuff, which is its own thing, but like this style of like the humanized cartoons where they're not moving, but it's not anime, but like it sucks and it's ugly. And I understand why those screen grabs from 70s Spider-Man are memed to hell.
Oh my god, right?
I'm surprised that same hasn't been done with the Star Trek series, honestly.
I mean, I didn't think it was... As far as 70s animation goes, though, I think it's up there. Like, it's better than Godzilla.
I don't even know if I'd say that. I don't remember Godzilla that much.
Well, you also have to remember this is early 70s animation, too. We're talking 1973. The show had been off the air for about 5 years.
Well, the whole reason this cartoon exists is because the show had been canceled, but it had done so well in syndication that Gene Roddenberry wanted to continue it.
Yes.
Yes.
And he can only get a budget for a cartoon, which we're going to get on. Everybody did reprise their roles as voice actors. William Shatner.
Almost everybody.
Well, except for Walter Koenig, also known as Chekhov, because of budget considerations. They actually couldn't afford to bring him along. You'd think they would have...
Coincidentally, there were never any episodes involving nuclear whistles.
The nuclear whistles? Yeah, we're just going to invoke one of the worst Star Trek movies that isn't Insurrection? Okay.
Which one's that?
That would be Is it The Voyage Home? No, it's not The Voyage Home. Yeah, no, it is The Voyage Home, when they go back in time for the whales.
Is that 5?
No, 4.
It's 4?
4.
That's the one that Spock directed.
No.
Yes, it is.
No,
yes, it is.
No,
yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Stop.
Yes, because if you remember the Futurama episode, which is where all of my Star Trek knowledge comes from.
Oh.
Leonard Nimoy is like, I was able to get such a great performance out of fucking... What the fuck's his name?
William Shatner?
Yeah. I was able to get such a great performance out of Bill because I respected him so much. And he's like, and when I directed Star Trek 5, I was able to get such a great performance out of me because I respected me so much.
Actually, no. 5 is kind of dumb. That's one where...
5 is the one where it's God. And that's the Futurama episode.
Dumb. 5 was dumb. 4, actually, I would put 4 above 5 any day of the
Which one's the one where they're on the bus? And there's the punk rockers.
That's 4.
That's 4.
That's 4.
I have them all on VHS in my house.
You need to watch all of them in order.
I started watching the first one, and then the rapist from Seventh Heaven showed up, and I was like, oh.
It's Decker. I forgot he played Captain Decker.
Yeah, he was playing the Decker.
Yeah, well, poor kid.
He was decking her all right.
Oh, easy there, killer. Actually, so how many Star Trek movies have you seen?
Half of one.
And
the new ones, which I love.
You like all with the Next Generation cast?
No, the new ones.
Oh, the J.J.
Abrams Trek
ones, Abrams-verse ones. They're okay. I mean,
they are space adventures movies, and they're great.
Yeah, you know why? Because he turned Star Trek into Star Wars.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And that's what made it cool, because it wasn't boring as shit.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you sit there and actually watch all of the original cast movies,
I am convinced that it is something that I would enjoy.
Yes.
I just have not had the time to sit down.
So, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Why do we gesticulate with our hands so much when we record?
Well,
is that the
I do
term?
because I'm Italian.
Hey,
Hey, Papa hey, look at me! I look out the window too. Anyway, episode 6, The Undiscovered Country.
Yes.
Which is the last original crew Star Trek movie.
Yes.
Is the best.
No.
I don't care what anybody says, and you listeners, you're allowed to disagree with me. It's fine. You can be wrong all you want.
I can feel the mailbox getting blown up as we speak. And once again, that is witacartooncast@gmail.com.
But 6, in my opinion, my personal opinion, is the best of the original cast Star Trek movies.
Is this because you're biased against any film where they search for Spock?
Search for Spock is okay. Wrath of Khan and Search for Spock are both amazing movies, yes. But 6 is the best one.
Who plays Khan?
Oh, from friggin' Fantasy Island. Why can't I know who he? Because I referenced.
It's not Ricardo Montalban.
It is Ricardo
Is
Montalban.
it?
Yes, it is Ricardo Montalban, who plays an Indian. Khan Noonien Singh.
Ugh. Well, it's better than Benedict Cumberbatch playing Khan.
Oh yeah, well, Bumble Bramble Cabbage Patch. I don't know. Like, I definitely liked that guy. Yeah, whatever I was gonna say. Sorry. So anyway, so here we go.
You were talking. You were on a tangent.
I was on a tangent. So Walter Koenig couldn't come back because of budgetary
Oh
constraints.
yeah, they couldn't. Walter Koenig was too in demand.
He was.
So instead, they replaced him with a random girl and Camel Face from Mos Eisley.
Actually, I made a joke, and it's a little later on. But I'm going to go ahead and just do it now and skip over it later. Yeah, because when you're watching the show, at the helm is Sulu and the I am the captain now guy from Captain Phillips. Anyway,
It's Camel Face. It's not a Somalian. What do you mean? Were you about to say I don't know who Camel Face is?
I don't remember who Camel Face is. Wait, does he have the glowing eyes?
Oh my God, we're taking a pause. Actually, we're back from the pause. I just realized that I don't need to pause it.
Yeah, don't pause it. He's looking on his phone right now.
Googling it.
This show is brought to you by Google.
Oh, it's Yak Face. That's why.
Oh, that's why I was so confused. I know who you're talking about.
Yak Face. Facing it up for yaks. Working on the Enterprise. I have an action
Who the
figure.
fuck is that?
That's Yak Face.
From where?
C'est let Maru.
What the fuck is he even from?
He's in the background of...
He's not in the background that I ever fucking noticed.
He obviously is, because I just showed you a screenshot from...
He looks dumb. Is he in the extended editions or something?
No. He's a confidence trickster and information broker who lived for several centuries during the waning days of the old... See, this is what I mean when I say the expanded universe is bullshit. They fucking take every little background
stop
spec.
mixing Star Wars in with our Star Trek episode.
You've got Star Wars, you make Star Trek.
Yeah, that's what J.J. Abrams said. Anyway.
Like, this is just a promo pic.
Oh, my God. Don't...
Where... Like, I just want to see which fucking movie he's in.
He's probably in, episode 3 or something.
Oh, he was in Return of the Jedi. He was created for Return of the Jedi. He was a background character in Jabba's palace.
Oh, well, there you go. There was a lot of shit.
He only appeared on screen for a moment, but he had 19 action figures made for him.
Can be found at your local Kmart. This show is brought to you by Kmart.
So is the Kobayashi Maru from the original series, or is that just for the J.J. Abrams movie?
It's definitely referenced. It is the test that Captain Kirk did cheat on to gain his captaincy. And it is referenced in the original series. It's referenced, I believe, in the movies a couple of times.
Well, they show it in the first of the reboots.
They actually show the test in the reboot, but it's
just like how they showed the fucking Kessel Run in Solo, which was so stupid.
Stop
made me so upset.
Stop it. There's so much Star Wars stuff we could talk about.
Exactly. That episode's going to be 9 fucking hours long, so chill out, dude. Because I have nothing to say for this crappy cartoon that sucks.
Well, let's just go over the cartoon. That's a problem, because you're more Star Wars than
Well, listen,
Star Trek.
my first note is I am 100% hoping Tim is able to carry this episode.
Really?
Yes. And the intro looks like it was animated with somebody who had a day of Flash training.
That's true.
It's all motion tweens.
It's about as convincing as the actual original series intro, which looks like they just kind of took the Enterprise and just slid it along on wires. Also, if you'll notice, when the ship moves across the screen, you could see the fucking cell moving through space. Yes. So they changed the opening theme instead of the the classic.
They changed it to ba 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 ba.
No, stop it. So this episode, Tim tries to keep us on track while Joe keeps making fucking Star Wars references.
Off track, it's the place where we go to when the show that we watch sucks ass.
It didn't
and
suck. It was actually
off
good.
The track.
So,
because we're trying to Star Trek.
They changed the opening track.
That was you rubbing against my leg.
No, it's...
And I was like, this is the Triple X episode. Which fat-ass cat is this?
It's fuckface. Anyway.
You remember that episode of Mystery Science Theater where it's it's not hobgoblins. It must be Space Mutiny.
Oh my God. Chuck Manjaw. Ham Flapjack.
Where
I just watched that
Aunt Pearl is like, brain guy, bring Mike down.
Oh my
He's
God.
Like, oh, Mike, everyone says you're stupid and ugly and no one likes you.
Oh, that really brought me down. Yes, that is actually, it is Space Crash. That is the episode. It's, by the way,
my name's Mike Down. I'm a patent attorney.
So, yeah, by the way, guys, honest to God, check out Mystery Science Theater as well. I think
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
You know, I used to know all the different intros, lyrics to all the different intros, Mike's, Joe's, and the new guys.
Jonah Ray.
Jonah. Yeah, he's actually good. I like.
Yeah.
Him. I really do. But we're getting off topic again. So it is
Off track. It's the place where we go to.
So, according to the captain's log, it is stardate 5221.3. I don't know what that means. There is a conversion table. I wrote it down as he said it. Don't worry. They're going to Quester M17 to investigate the source of mysterious...
So it's a Class M planet.
I would assume it's a Class M planet. By the way, in case anybody doesn't know, Earth is a Class M planet.
Yes.
Able to support life. Anyway, source of mysterious radio transmissions. Their main mission is star charting, even though they're going on beyond the farthest star of the galaxy, right?
It was the farthest tracked star of the galaxy. They're expanding the map.
So
they're adding in the DLC.
The name of this episode is Beyond the Farthest Star, which is also an excellent story by...
Ray Bradbury.
No.
Robert Heinlein.
Nope.
H.R. Puff and stuff.
Nope. You're close.
H.R. Geiger.
No.
H.P. Lovecraft.
Nope.
H.G. Wells.
No, no. Edgar Rice Burroughs. Anyway.
How is that close?
I don't know. I just wanted to throw you off track. Anyway. It shows up and instantly red alert as soon as the episode starts. Apparently the ship's picking up speed and it's not answering the helm. It's heading towards something.
Well, they come across a dead star.
Yes, it's got hypergravity.
But I thought stars were just gas. So why is it like a rock?
It in on itself. Yeah, I don't understand that either. It's like a rock, but we're gonna.
Joining us remotely is noted astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil, can you explain this phenomena to us? Movies aren't accurate, and it upsets me on the Twitters. Thanks, Neil. See you later, asshole.
Oh my god.
That guy is the worst.
No, fuck you.
He is such a douchebag.
You leave Black Science Man alone.
He is terrible.
People don't think the universe be like it is, but it do. Direct quote. Anyway, it's some kind of hypergravity drawing the ship in. Turns out that the dead star is...
my note is hypergravity is such a sci-fi thing.
I know. Oh, there's a Voltaire song about Star Trek called "The USS Make Shit Up." There's actually quite a few Voltaire songs about about Star Trek. So it's apparently the source of the radio transmissions is from this dead star. And Spock says some mumbo jumbo. That's us playing footsies now. Sorry. Anyway, he says something about the space testicle having negative mass.
Yeah, they come across this giant, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a colony of
it's like a
egg
pod
sacs.
Thing.
Yeah, it's like a pod colony type thing.
Yeah,
it's all blowed up.
Spock needs to shut up with his countdown to crashing into the dead star. And then they're like, oh, flank speed to get us into orbit. It happens. Oh, good for them. It looks like space amoebas to me. That's what I thought. That's what I wrote down as in my note for that. Like, it looked like amoebas out in space. Until they actually zoomed in on the ship. Like, the initial image of it was just like a little bloob.
Yeah, it's like a cluster
of poop.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
So they beam down, and immediately I noticed that they're not bringing a red shirt, so nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, right? So, but they have life support belts.
Yeah.
The explanation behind the life support belts.
Go ahead.
There was one from Wikipedia. Did you have it on your notes, too?
No, I didn't have that on my notes.
Oh, God, I'm such a fucking nerd. Okay, so the thing with the life support belts is the reason it exists in the cartoon... and nowhere else in Star Trek is because they did not want to pay animators to draw them in spacesuits. So they're like, oh.
It's easier to just draw a yellow line around them.
Yeah, pretty much. It exists nowhere else in the canon. So.
Oh, before we forget, this is available on Netflix if you want to be super bored for like a half an hour.
And that's the difference between somebody who's hardcore Star Trek and somebody who's hardcore Star Wars.
How hardcore can you be if you haven't even watched this before?
Well, if you really like the original series,
which you do,
I do,
but you never watched this. It's a direct continuation.
I didn't realize it was actually going to be good.
Well, that's good that you didn't realize that because it's not.
It is. In fact, I'm going to watch more of this. Anyway,
why is Scotty on the away team? Isn't he the ship's engineer?
He is.
It's pretty important that he stays on the ship to do ship stuff. Scotty does not go on the away team. I know that.
Because they're going on an alien ship, he might be able to engineer something.
oh, get the fuck out of here.
You're
He
telling
doesn't
me
do
there's
anything.
Nobody else qualified on that fucking ship. So what do they do when Scotty sleeps?
No, listen. They do have that mustache guy.
Oh my god, we'll get to Mustache Guy in a bit.
But when they get on the alien ship, Scotty does nothing, and Spock is the one who presses all the alien buttons that aren't labeled and somehow is able to fucking control everything.
Yeah, right? So, they notice that every pod's burst open from the inside. Oh, it's mysterious. And there's a hexagonal pattern, much like Earth insects.
It's hexagonal.
I said hexagonal.
Hexagonal.
Whatever.
What's the matter with the beep beep?
So they go into the middle of the ship. It's completely dead. They go into the middle of the ship, and they notice a weird fucking blinky tentacle thing that's making a Star Trek noise. It's going beep, 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 beep. Why you gotta be like that? Is it because you have nothing to say right now, so you have to make noise into the microphone?
No, it just got started, and I wanted to keep it going.
Oh my god. Suddenly, Scotty and Bones feel like they're being watched.
Yo, McCoy has the grossest bags under his eyes.
He does. Well, DeForest Kelly kind of did have some major bags going on during the original series. As well as some baggage.
Emotional baggage.
Your...
His dead wife.
Yeah.
Well, oh, God, is that true?
No. She divorced him.
Oh.
Well, his first, second, and third. I don't know.
His first, second, and third wives.
He had a bunch of wives. He slept with Dax from Deep Space Nine.
That means nothing to me.
Dax is a symbiote person.
Dax Shepard from Without a Paddle.
No.
Dax Shepard from Idiocracy.
No.
Dax Shepard from being married to Kristen
Bell.
Yeah, she's a delight.
She is. No, Dax is the name of a character. It's a symbiote something or other. I don't remember how that whole fucking thing worked. But
oh, he was also in the Chips remake.
Okay. So Spock shoots a door with his a door switch with his phaser, and amazingly fucking works. Door opens up.
I just want to chime in quick. I'm very sick of Spock telling me whether or not things are logical.
Yeah.
Back off.
Yeah,
and,
you're not going to enjoy Star Trek whatsoever.
The backgrounds in this show remind me of, like, the covers of pulp sci-fi books.
I'll give you that.
Like, really, the background art is cool. The character designs are trash, but the background art is cool.
Okay. No, I can give you that. So they decided to explore further into a ship. So they go into like this engineering room that isn't nearly as organic as the rest of the ship. I'm still trying to figure that out. Like everything's rounded and tentacly looking outside, but you go into the room, everything's all square and machinery looking. I guess, nobody thought that far ahead. There's some kind of device causing some interference which drains, which they can't talk to the ship, and all their shit gets drained of all its energy.
Oh yeah, the screen. Are you talking about when the screen pops up and there's the gross spider guy?
No, not yet.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah, we're getting there.
For 15 seconds from now.
Yeah, right? Suddenly there's something trying to get in through the door. They're like, what the hell is that? The door's like glowing with weird 70s energy animation.
To the double doors!
Then the weird spider alien shows up on the screen and go...
Yes, that thing looks so stupid.
It's very Star Trek-y.
It's very ugly.
So Spock fiddle fucks around with a bunch of buttons. Oh my god,
it's like watching a crime show where somebody has to hack into the mainframe by mashing buttons. First of all, this is an alien ship. He has no idea what the race is. None of the buttons are labeled, and he doesn't know what any of them do. And he just starts mashing on them, and he's able to turn on the fucking English translation.
Yeah. So then it's like,
that's convenient.
We had to blow up our own ship. You're in danger. If you're reading this, it's already too late. Blah, 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 blah. This force field is only protecting you for so long. Then suddenly explosions everywhere.
Yeah, what's attacking them? Oh, wait, we find out later.
Yeah, we're getting there. So as soon as the explosions happen in the machine that's keeping some kind of force field around the room...
the door starts wigging out as soon as the message pops up.
Yeah, and then the door blows in, and then they get beamed to safety.
But wait, as the door was like getting ready to explode. It cuts to them like reacting, but because they didn't have the budget for it, they were all just stone faced.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're not phased by this at all.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, someone's breaking down the door.
Yeah, this sucks. They're amazingly calm through this whole fucking episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Due to budgetary constraints.
Yes. So they get beamed aboard to safety, and Mustache Guy is in the transporter room.
Yeah, friggin' this scrub boards. He teleports on the main guys, but then he also accidentally beams up
A green fart.
Yes,
Green fart.
a magical magnetic energy being or whatever. We'll get to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, has that ever happened in the show where they accidentally beam something up? That seems like you have to like be focused on it, or to actually beam it up. Like,
I think things have hitched a ride before.
also, how can you beam up something that's not even
Corporeal?
corporeal?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same word.
Like, what the fuck?
So the red shirt gets knocked out, and I was starting to tally. I was going to see if we maybe, like, how many red shirts might die in this episode. Nope, we only got one. So the fart disperses into the ship, and there's an evil laugh, which sounds nothing like what...
Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah, right? So they're up on the bridge, and they're like, they've got the bridge defense system up, and it starts fucking with the systems. Like, so,
yeah, all the life support on the lower deck starts going out.
Yep. So it's shutting down systems. Mr. Scott gets sent to engineering, and suddenly there's an issue in engineering. And there's Mr. Scott with his force field around him from his belt.
Door falls on him.
Yeah, big giant door. So they're like,
a hatch.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, nothing works to lift it up. And Kirk is like, oh, use the cutting beams. So they use the most annoying sounding cutting beam ever, and then it makes the Tom and Jerry head bonk sound when the hinge, the giant hinge from the door, lands on the floor.
I didn't even notice that.
You didn't notice that? It made the Tom and Jerry head bonk sound. Bonk. Yeah, I don't know. I can't make.
I was eating reheated Chinese food while I was watching this, so I was pretty distracted by the disgusting General Tso's.
Oh man, now I could go for some reheated Chinese food. Thanks.
Well, you're not getting any.
Could have brought me some. Anyway.
Brought you the Metallica beer.
That's fair. Yeah, we're drinking Metallica beer.
By Stone Brewing?
Arrogant Bastard.
It's the company that makes Arrogant Bastard.
Arrogant Consortium. It's not too terrible. I guess we should probably pitch whatever beer we're drinking for the week, huh?
It's like our sponsorship. No, we can't say that now that we are sponsored by Dogs with Hats. Remember, use our code CARTOON to get 10% off. Dogs with Hats. It's a dog wearing a hat above the rest.
Okay. This has only made me even...
We have to be good to our sponsors, Tim, or else we're not going to get any more.
Is that why we don't have MeUndies and MyPillow anymore?
Listen, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Dogs with Hats. Dogs with Hats. It's a dog wearing a hat above the rest.
Okay. You can stop now.
All I'm saying is if you use our code CARTOON, you're going to get 10% off.
10% off of what?
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway,
back to the episode.
So then suddenly, like, they're talking about nonsense on the bridge, and a voice shows up, and it's apparently the green fart thing. Yeah, but it sounds nothing like the evil laugh from before, and it lets them know that it needs to get to the galactic center.
If anybody doesn't want to watch this episode but wants to know what we're talking about, this is the exact same plot as the Futurama episode where they go in Star Trek land, and there's that big gas cloud guy. It's the same fucking thing.
It's like, you'll take me.
They got my fan script? Me, Melvar, is the ultimate fan. That's not what the score says. It's Melvar with 2 R's. I've done enough conventions to know how to spell Melvar.
Oh my god. So,
that was your Futurama moment of the episode.
So anyway, it needs to get the ship going, and they figure out that it needs a ship to get somewhere.
It's a being made up of
magnetic
energy.
Yes. So Mr. Scott's setting up an auxiliary warp controller of some sort.
No. Here's, you just brush over its whole motive. It wants them to go into the center of the hub of the universe because it reproduces through mitosis, which is cellular division. Thanks, 8th grade.
Yeah. Well, you know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, no, that's not right. Mitochondria is something else.
No, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I was wrong. So, and they're like, no, because it'll take over every entire planets and ships and stuff like that, and it'll just cause all sorts of mayhem. So they're trying to figure out what they can do. So Kirk has Spock calculate the trajectory to escape the gravity in his head. So
not, but yeah, he calculates it in his head, but they're just whispering.
Yeah, they're like, you totally can't hear us with its super sensors and stuff.
Yeah, what the fuck is that all about?
I don't fucking know.
It's crap.
It's like,
they didn't even mouth it.
Yeah.
If they wanted to do it right, they could have mouthed it with captions.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's bullshit. Because in 2001 they do mouth it, and Hal is still able to.
And 2001 came out in 1968.
Booyah!
Great movie.
Same year Tim was born. You old man. No, Heffelfinger's the old man.
Yeah, let's reference somebody that
1,000 years old.
Anyway, so it's like Kirk's talking to the fart being that has taken over the ship, and he's all like, "Well, it needs to be manually controlled." And it's like, "That is correct."
Yes, this guy sounds like a Dalek.
Yeah. Don't. Please don't.
Exterminate.
Okay, I'll accept that. Anyway, so Kirk walks over and hits the button. So mind you, the whole time the bridge defense systems are activated.
Yes.
And it's like, so he starts sending the Enterprise hurtling towards the planet.
Yes.
As it's hurtling towards the planet, he has Spock do something. I don't remember what he has Spock do.
Well, their whole plan is to recalculate it to get slingshotted around the planet's gravitational thing.
The sun's gravitational.
And then that'll boost them out.
Yeah. So, but at first they're gonna hurtle straight towards it. This freak the fuck, and it does. It
yeah. They drive straight towards it, so the guy thinks that oh my god, they're gonna suicide like the last ship did.
Yeah.
So he bails onto the planet. But how does he connect to the planet? There's no technology on this. It's not a planet. It's a dead star.
I'm guessing it originally was from the dying star, maybe.
No, that's horse shit.
But it goes down to the star, and they're like, haha, fooled you. They fake it out, and then they slingshot.
Yes.
Around and start escaping.
But that slingshot around the gravitational pull thing, I swear to God, it happens in every sci-fi thing with a ship. Serenity
didn't do it.
I don't care about Serenity. But we can use the gravitational force to blah, blah, blah. We don't have enough gas to blah, blah. Fucking everything does that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. They must teach you that tactic in the Starfleet Academy.
It's a common space move. So, and they start going away, and then
does Denise Richards do that? Does Denise Richards know that maneuver?
I didn't see her do that. Oh my god, way to reference something that happened earlier in the week.
What?
When you're asking me who the hot chick in Starship Trooper was over text that I couldn't remember, I was trying to reply over my watch. I don't even know if that came back.
I don't remember.
I was on lunch.
I got to the part where they were all in the shower, and then I turned it off and went to sleep.
Yeah, because you're plumb tuckered out. I know. Did you at least remember to let go of your dick before you fell asleep?
Shut up.
Oh, Casper Van Dien, your man ass.
Casper Van Dien. Jake Busey.
I'm waiting for angry
face
emails.
Isn't all fucked up like your dad's.
Oh my god! You know what? You're gonna check the email for the first time about a year and a half from now, and it'll turn out that Casper Van Dien and Jake Busey both angrily emailed us.
If Casper Van Dien sends me an email, I'm gonna print it out and frame it. I'm gonna get it printed on one of those blankets at Walmart.
So it goes to the sun, to the dead sun. They slingshot around it in their standard science fiction textbook.
Because that's what everybody does.
Yep. And they start escaping away, and then the saddest ending to any episode ever. Please,
oh my god, it's a children's show.
Yo, a lot of stuff.
Bleak.
A lot of stuff they say in the episode is really heavy for a kids show.
That's because Star Trek isn't for kids.
It's not.
But yeah, Star Trek.
Anyway,
but yeah, Star Trek is not for kids. It was never meant to be. So when they revived it as this animated show, they kept they added action scenes.
Yeah. But they kept the subject matter.
For the kids. Yeah, but they can't, like, it's so dark because they're flying away. And this guy is like, oh, don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone. Like, he was
so lonely. And it ends, and I'm just like, wow.
And it's just over there. Yeah.
Like, it really, like, it kind of, it hit me kind of.
That guy did nothing wrong.
Well, it took over the ship and kind of threatened everybody's lives.
No. He took over the ship so that he could be able to reproduce. He did not need to cause any harm to anybody.
Yeah.
If he would have just hitched a ride and said, "Hey, take me to fucking wherever," they would have been like, "Yeah, whatever, Prime Directive." So
that actually would have gone against the Prime Directive. But we're not.
What's the Prime Directive? You can't disturb anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're disturbing things, and he would be breaking the Prime Directive. Like, let's just not.
The Prime Directive.
Like, that's my last note for this. Is the saddest ending ever, and I'm gonna definitely watch more of it. I thought it was pretty good.
I did not enjoy it at all.
Well, that's fine because it's not your kind of shit. So of course you're not gonna enjoy it.
No, that's not my issue with it. First of all, 70s cartoons. Every 70s cartoon we're gonna watch is not gonna be good. Spider-Man may have camp. But, like, none of these are going to be, like, good. Like, I'm dreading Planet of the Apes.
Oh, no. Why do you got to fucking remind me that we have to watch that fucking...
It's coming, man. Sci-Fi July. Get ready, folks. Sci-Fi July.
Sci-Fi July.
We're doing Planet of the Apes. We're doing something else.
And something else.
Something else. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to say right now, I don't think this needs to be a cartoon. Star Trek's not for kids.
They really should have just
the whole point of Star Trek is not to be an action series. Like, it's not about that. It goes against everything that the original series is about, as far as I know. Like, this did not need to be a cartoon. It was literally only a cartoon due to budgetary reasons. And if that's the case, then...
They should have just done another season of the show. The original series.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they couldn't. But, like, this does not need to be a cartoon. It doesn't work as a cartoon.
Okay, I'll give you that. It doesn't really work as a
cartoon. They gain nothing by it being a cartoon. They like this script could have been used in like an episode of a live action series.
Probably would have been pretty cool too. I mean, it wouldn't have been City on the Edge of Forever cool, but you know, it still would have been cool. And
it couldn't have been The Trouble with Tribbles cool.
Or how about Trials and Tribulations? There is a Tribbles episode of the animated series, by the way.
Yeah, of course there is.
Yeah.
How about Arena?
I want to actually watch the episode where they defend the devil or something.
I just want to watch Star Trek. Like, it's like, I know it's so in my wheelhouse.
It's on Netflix.
I know, and I used to watch it in the parking lot at work.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got like 4 or 5 episodes deep, and then I moved on to something else. Yeah, of course the original series. But but Next Generation used to be on BBC America, which they played in the break room.
I watched it as an original run with my dad, but that's.
I enjoyed Next Generation when they showed it in the break room.
Oh my God! No wonder that's where you would go every night, all night. It's like, where's Joe? I don't know. He disappeared.
I only went there on breaks.
He's watching Star Trek in the fucking break
room. Dude, BBC America was the fucking best, and then they changed it to stupid HD. Is it still HGTV?
Yeah, with Dude, House Hunters.
Fucking Christ!
Fucking
they
God.
They were supposed to do those stupid "What TV channel do you want on?" surveys every 3 months. Yeah. And then they did it. They changed it
to ESPN and HGTV, and that's it.
Well, ESPN was always there, but they changed it from BBC America to Cartoon Network, and then they were like, "Oh, Cartoon Network shows bad shows at night." It's a fucking warehouse. We're all adults, and we all hate ourselves. So back the fuck off. The whole reason anybody voted for Comedy Central or for Cartoon Network was to watch Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to fucking HGTV, and they never had the votes anymore. It fucking sucked, yo.
Anyway, I'm
glad your wife's divorcing you, Bezos, you ass.
Oh my God, as an employee of Jeff Bezos, I have no comment on this subject.
Fuck you, Jeff Bezos.
Anyway,
you don't my Prime subscription right now.
Anyway,
I can't. I need it.
I'm gonna actually agree with you that this did not need to be a cartoon. It needed to be another season of the show, or they could have held on to the scripts for the Phase 2 Star Trek that never came off the ground, but they would have ended up as Next Generation scripts, and that would have been fine.
Yep, not a kid's show.
Not a kid's show, no.
Nothing.
So, you want to land this plane? I mean, this is a relatively quick episode.
We've been recording for almost an hour.
Have we really?
Yeah, but the first 10 minutes were us bullshitting.
Oh.
But, I think that's all we have to say about the Star Trek The Animated Series. At the end of every episode, we like to give a pitch for adaptation that we think might fit in with the Saturday morning cartoon block alongside some of these shows. So, Tim, what do you have for this week?
I've written down everything. Mr. Worf's Saturday Fun Time Kapla!
What happens in Mr. Worf's Saturday Funtime Kapla?
Well, he stands there being angry as a bunch of small alien creatures run around him and do fun things. And eventually he gets so angry that he goes, Kapla!
So it's like Mr. Rogers, except it's Worf.
Yeah, it's pretty much. And animated.
Nice. So my pitch for this week is The Fly, the animated series.
Ooh. Wait, are we talking Vincent Price The Fly?
We're talking Jeff Goldblum The Fly.
Ooh.
And I wanted to fit in with the theme of things that don't deserve to be children's cartoons being turned into children's cartoons.
All right, I'll take it.
I want all of the goriness of the holy shit, what the fuck was his name?
Oh, Cronenberg
cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, how about the Twisted World of David Cronenberg, the animated series?
Ooh. You got to pitch that in the next episode. Oh.
No, I'm taking The Fly back. The Twisted World of David Cronenberg.
Yes.
I feel like Todd McFarlane had his own stupid ass series, so why not David Cronenberg? Same thing except grosser. Anyway.
It'd be like Naked Lunch, the animated series.
All right, we're going to put this one away. That's Star Trek the Animated Series. Be sure to check out Dogs with Hats. If you use our code cartoon, you're going to get 10% off.
Something.
Find us online. We are on Facebook at WITA Cartoon. Email us at witacartooncast@gmail.com. We are on Stitcher. We are on Spotify. We are on Google Music. Feel free to rate us and subscribe on all of those services. Leave good reviews if you can. I'm not really familiar with most of those services. I don't listen to podcasts on them. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. We'll catch you guys next week for the Wise as a Cartoon Cast. I am Joey.
And I'm Tim.
And we will see you guys later.
Yup.